in mind, whatever question someone asks you, if you go down the route of trying to answer that question, you will be trying to answer questions till you are blue in the face. Because it won't stop with just one question. Why do you wear hijab? Oh, it's because of the level of modesty and yada yada yada. Oh, okay. Well, why does Islam allow a man marrying 4 women? Oh, okay. Well, the thing is that this is, there's more men, there's more women than men, yada yada. Oh, okay. So why is it that and on and on and on, and you will keep on going on until you reach a point where there's a question you won't be able to answer. I don't care if you're Shaykh al-Islam. Someone says, what's the Islamic ruling on clothing? Who can tell me? The ulama don't know. The ulama don't know. They're debating amongst themselves right now. Right? You will come to a point where you don't know the answer. So what do you do in this case? Well, you say, I don't know, that's one case. But I'm saying, let's say they ask you about something you do know, or you think you know. The way you approach it, and this is kind of the nugget of the Dawah training, is you tell them, thank you for asking me that question. But in order to understand the answer to that question, you have to understand a few things about the fundamentals of Islam. Do you have a few minutes to understand that, to talk about that? Now, why did I say that? If I ask the sisters, why do you wear hijab? The honest answer would be, as the brother said, because Allah commanded it. Ask yourself, sisters, if Allah hadn't ordered it, would you wear it? Honestly. And you don't have to answer that. I'm saying honestly, most likely you wouldn't. Right? Similarly for the brothers, if Allah had not forbidden pork, you wouldn't just wake up in the morning and say, well, everybody's eating bacon, so I should not eat it because they are dirty. It wouldn't. The primary reason why is because Allah ordered it. But is that going to satisfy the person? Is that going to satisfy the questioner? No. So what you have to do then is go back to establish the oneness of Allah, the existence of Allah, the person doesn't believe He exists, and the truthfulness of the Prophet. In other words, you go back to La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. If that is established, then everything follows from there. Right? So this goes back to the question, is our religion one of blind faith, or is it based on the intellect? Who can answer that?
Blind faith.
Blind faith? Intellect? Sisters, blind faith or intellect? What do you think? I only have one sister answering. That's not good. Anyone else besides our sister there? Blind faith or intellect? I have both. Okay, so now I have two votes. To see, influence of brothers. Now we have some votes on this side, right? MashaAllah. Okay, simple take-home point. Is it blind faith or is it the intellect? In Surah Al-Mulk, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remember, he talks about the angels of the hellfire. And they ask the angels of the hellfire, and the angels of the hellfire ask the people in the hellfire, Alam yatikum nadhir, was not a messenger sent to you? And what do they say? Yes, but we rejected him. Had we just listened and used our faculties of reasoning, we wouldn't be here in the hellfire. Right? So here it's showing faculties of reasoning. But when you go, Ibrahim, please stop. When you go to Surah Al-Baqarah at the beginning, يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. In other words, you don't see it, taste it, touch it, smell it. So it's like you're believing in something that is empirically not proven. So on one hand, maybe there's blind faith. On the other hand, maybe it's intellect. Here's the reconciliation. You take anything home tonight. We use our reason to establish the truthfulness of the Prophet ﷺ, of the Quran, and of the message. And once that is established, then we submit. So like I mentioned, you ask, is this man, Muhammad, is he truly a messenger? And then how are you going to determine that? You have one faculty, your intellect, right? How are you going to determine the Quran is truly from Allah or not? You have one faculty. How? What? The intellect. But once you use your intellect to determine indeed these are truthful, like the Prophet is truthful and the Quran is truthful, then whatever it says, you follow it blindly. Make sense? And that's basically the point. When you're trying to convince someone about Islam, convincing them about the ahkam, good luck. Good luck. Believe me, I've had arguments with people till we were just, hours on it. But if you take the route of bringing them to La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, proving that, once they have that, they have the lenses to see what you're seeing. Otherwise, you're speaking from two different lenses. Their got me on my soapbox. So any last questions? We don't really, actually, I think someone may have texted.